Hello, welcome to week 4, day 1, so the beginning of the 4th week, almost a month into this, which is pretty cool. Last week I did like a 30-minute yin focused on hips. Today I found a yoga flow for beginners from Yoga with Adriene. I wanted to go back into strengthening my whole body a little bit, and then I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks we'll just continue on that lower hip and lower back flexibility. I think I needed something a little bit more high energy this time around, so we're just gonna roll with it. Feeling a little bit sad about last week, so gonna try to go into this week without self-sabotage and not beating myself up. I'm making it to the mat. I'm making it to talking through my stuff. I think I was comparing myself a lot to some of the, Yoga with Adriene, Yoga with Berg, Yoga with Cassandra has like millions and millions of views and all that stuff, and getting kind of caught up in that, realizing that a lot of these videos are from like 5-6 years ago. So this stuff takes time. And if it's not now, it's when. That's just some stuff I have to keep in mind and work through as all this discomfort is coming out and wanting to be mean to myself is coming out. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, this pose is nice. It starts in that just sitting posture, and it's sitting on a block, which I think is really useful for kind of orienting postures. I didn't realize how much I kind of needed that. It's a nice thing about going into beginners. It's reminding you of all the little things. This is the first time I sat crisscross with my leg in my lap instead of just like normal crisscross with I guess that would be my left foot on the floor. And that was a little bit harder. It's a little bit more effort on the body. Posture's looking okay though. This angle's not the best angle, I guess, when I was shooting this. Yeah, I really did appreciate the block, sitting on a block. At some point, I think since the sitting position I'm in is a little bit more effort, I should have swapped legs, because the instructor just says sit cross-legged. But I think if you're going to put in effort in a stretch, always make sure to balance it out with the opposite side of the body, but I did not do that. Cat-cow. Yeah, you can see that hump right in the center of my back. It's crazy. I gotta keep my jaw open because it's clenched so much. I think we all clench. But that middle of my back wants to be like so humpy. It's not great. Yep. And this posture was in the first video. So you want to square your hips and make sure your arm is up against your ear, which is good. It's so hard to do. And I wish my back was flat. There's definitely that dip in the bottom. So it's good. Again, the beginner is good, and strength training is good. So that looks pretty good, flat-wise. Hips aren't as square as they should be, though, so that's something to keep in mind again next time. It's really easy to raise the hip of the leg that you're raising. Really easy to just do that. A long, nice long child's pose. I feel like nothing hits better than a child's pose most days. Yeah, this was like stretching in and out of child's pose. That's what the instructor was recommending. I think this is Yoga with Adriene. Yeah, it's really nice when my lower back is just so, it has not gotten a lot better since starting this YouTube thing. The first downward dog of the day. Honestly, not bad. My heels still won't touch the ground, which is kind of crazy, but that's just, you know, I have some weird foot and ankle things happening. And then we go through a couple like sun salutation-esque things. It's not really in frame, but I feel like when I'm practicing this, I got better at the halfway lift flat backs. I'm really paying mind to lengthening the legs and lengthening the back, and not being afraid to push my hands against my hips to flatten my back in a halfway lift flat back. So yeah, there's some progress there. This is just a rag doll. Slow. This video is going at a little bit of a slower pace than my past videos, so even because the video at the practice itself is shorter. Just a mountain pose. Yeah, going back to beginners is nice. You really just slow down and you recalibrate a little bit. Like, what is it like to just stand there or just sit there cross-legged? What does that feel like? How do you align your body? It's really nice. Yeah, I can't actually see the top of my back in this shot, so but the flat back, looking for a flat back. And I feel like it's been getting a little stronger. Back, ragdoll, all the way up, arms wide, back down ragdoll, halfway lift. Yeah, this is like traditional vinyasa flow, just not going back. Like usually there's the, backwards into, I guess it usually goes into plank, then downward dog, then upward dogs, or, but we didn't do that here. This is the beginners. This is the first step into that, which is good for me. Pyramid pose always freaking hurts. Other side, we have a low lunge, gentle on the knees. Just get like a knee pad. And that was nice too. It's like actually spending time raising my body up, activating my core. Like I don't do that as much anymore. Yeah, doing the pyramid stretch. I feel like my legs can still be further apart in this one, like that the front leg can go out forward a little bit more. not to brag, but I do look like I'm getting some thigh muscles growing, which is kind of cool too. I'm getting stronger. Woo! Yeah, I like kind of going through these patterns in these videos of a couple, maybe like a week of strengthening, then a week of stretching, a week of strengthening, a week of stretching. And there's always little elements of both in each, but the main focus is kind of shifting is nice. I think this is a bunch more of like the modified sun salutations, some side, just side bends, which are nice, and that always activates like the lower back issues. Halfway lift, flat back, ragdoll. I think we're going back into, yeah, that's a plank. Look at my back. It's like it's like a wave. Downward dog. That looks good. My lower back, I think, was pinching, so I didn't want to go into full plank mode both times, so I just did modified plank. And I remember doing that, though, the time I do actually go down to the floor and I use my strength. Like, I felt like I was doing like a full-on push-up, which was like awesome. I haven't been able to do a full push-up probably since like the presidential fitness exams in like middle school and high school. So it's like 10-ish, 12-ish years ago. So I remember in this practice, like being able to, like it was feeling like I was doing a full push-up, which, hey, that's freaking progress. Even with like a pinched lower back. Back to downward dog. We did some mini cobras over there too. Raise one foot up. No flexibility in a three-legged dog yet. Still no flexibility there, but we're working on it. Like the push-up thing, that's true. The progress is real and it happens. And you kind of don't realize it's happening while you're working on the things. It kind of just stinks and it feels uncomfortable a lot of the time. And then one day something else clicks and something new clicks. And it's, you know, that's what practicing things does. I used to play a lot of clarinet and I used to sing in choirs and stuff, and practicing was it. I would practice like every day. And eventually that would always pay off. And taking breaks also pays off too. If you've grinded and you've practiced something a lot, you take like a week or two off and you return to it, a lot of the time your body has integrated it and it becomes like muscle memory when you return to it, and you're not hyper thinking on it any, like you've thought about something else for a while and you come back and you're thinking about it, and like your body has just integrated it, and yeah, it's awesome. So breaks are also very important. They call this a simple twist, I think. Yeah, my wrists were hurting a little. And this was some mini bridges. It wasn't like a full bridge. We just did little ones. And I was like, are we sure? But yeah, it's like mini bridges. It's not full-on bridges. I was taking it slow. Making sure that lower back and hips were tucked in. So important to like lessen the weight and the damage that pose can cause. Not damage, but pain or the activation of the nerves. And these stretches, I think I need to kind of remain, like when you lift one leg, when you're lying down, you lift one leg up and there's another leg and the other leg is straight. I think I need to think about really grounding the leg that's straight and down on the floor. yeah, I do it a little bit better with my left leg straight here. Because that just adds to the pose, and it's not a lot more effort. Alright, and then I remember this, I think this was just a long form butterfly pose, Shavasana. Also, I looked it up yesterday. I was afraid that I mispronounced the resting pose Shavasana, but I think in Sanskrit SA actually is SHA, at least from a quick Wikipedia search. So Shavasana, and yeah, it wasn't having the brick, the block as a pillow was really nice, and I was just like rubbing the back of my neck against it, as per the instructor's suggestions, and that was so nice. And I think I was supposed to have my legs down, but I kept them in butterfly pose because, again, of that hip tightness. And I think the more opportunities I can find to flex them where it doesn't push them is good for me. Right, there wasn't like a formal thank you or a formal namaste at the end, but yeah, we didn't sit up. Usually in most of the videos I've done, like, you do your Shavasana and then you sit up and you either move your arms up and down a couple times, and then you center your arms and say thank you to your body, to the instructor, to your friends, to your family, to whoever you want to send a little gratitude to. Okay, so that was definitely a beginner's flow, but that was exactly what I needed. I guess starting this whole series out on an intermediate practice was a little, what's the word? Bold. I needed something at a slower pace that was still building strength. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this feels by the end of the week. I can do an intermediate flow, but I think it's important to meet yourself where you're at every week, and maybe even every day, and every time you try to practice. I know I have like this bi-week kind of regimen going. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was really nice. Looking forward to seeing the progress after that. Thanks.